Welcome everyone to WWE 2K15 Raw, live from Chicago, Illinois. And this past weekend we had the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and what an event it was. 2 new champions were crowned, and we'll get to that news a little later, but right now, the Authority has all the gold, as Triple H and Big Show claimed the WWE Tag Team Championships this past Friday on SmackDown. And tonight, they're in action against the Militia. Sergeant Slaughter, General Adnan, and Colonel Mustafa are making their way to the ring, as Triple H has double booked himself tonight as a show of power for the Authority. Triple H will be back in action later tonight against WrestleMania #1 contender Chris Jericho, as he proves that the Authority is still the top of the food chain here in the WWE. But in order to get to that match, he's got to survive against this dangerous triangle of terror known as the Militia. There's the bell as one half of the new Tag Team Champions Triple H start things off against General Adnan. Putting those big right hands to the face. What a tremendous event it was at the Elimination Chamber. Well, for those of you who didn't get to see, it is up live now on YouTube. In our main event match, John Cena was able to take The Undertaker in the non-title contest. That was a matter of pride, and certainly very much solidified his place as the #1 contender for after WrestleMania. But another top superstar, the rated R superstar, Edge, picked up a win over WrestleMania #1 contender Chris Jericho. And rumor has it that Edge is going to be looking for a match with Cena to prove who is the true #1 contender. Also at this past Saturday's event, The Miz lost the Intercontinental Championship to Kofi Kingston inside the chamber. Kofi Kingston of the New Day is our new Intercontinental Champion. And look at the Big Show. Huge power slam to General Adnan. Brings him crashing down, spine first. And the Authority has all the gold. That's not only a Triple H and Big Show now the Tag Team Champions, but, of course, Seth Rollins is the reigning United States Champion. So all members of the Authority bringing the championships. And Colonel Mustafa would love to try to injure Big Show here, but I think the Giant is just a little much for the Colonel. And look at this. Easily scoops up Mustafa and brings him crashing down across the knee. Divas champion AJ Lee was able to retain the title versus Paige at the Elimination Chamber this past Saturday, and she will go to WrestleMania to face #1 contender Nikki Bella, and what a tremendous contest that would be. AJ won the title from Nikki Bella back in October, and all these months later, it's come back down to these two, truly the top of the Divas division. Goldust was finally able to overcome Cody Rhodes' hand-picked opponent Stardust at the Elimination Chamber inside the steel cage, and Goldust looks to move onwards and upwards as next week, right here on Raw, he will face Seth Rollins for the United States Championship. And special implications for that match, a little later on we'll get into championship situations for WrestleMania, as a huge match has been already set for WrestleMania that will involve all the middle champions. And finally, for results for the Elimination Chamber, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels was able to get a win on his bitter former student Daniel Bryan with a little sweet chin music. And General Adnan's back in, facing the Giant. Beautiful single leg takedown there. A lot of superstars in the back, truly shocked this evening that Triple H would put himself in 2 matches. Obviously, as we know, Triple H got a bit of an ego, so of course he's got to try to ride this wave of momentum the Authority is on. Of course, I'm sure he would love to once again be a top contender for the WWE Championship, but in order to do that, he can't just put himself there. The board of directors wouldn't allow that. But a win over WrestleMania #1 contender Chris Jericho, the winner of this year's Royal Rumble, would undoubtedly put him in a position as a top contender to the WWE title. That he can do, and he has done it. We'll see it later on. And of course, the Undertaker's match at Elimination Chamber was a non-title match versus Cena, so the WrestleMania main event truly set in stone. We are just 4 weeks away from the biggest event of the year, and Jericho and the Undertaker will go one-on-one for the first time ever at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. And right now, Triple H trying to put the final touches on the Militia here, trying to put Colonel Mustafa down with those big right hands, but Mustafa and Adnan working well here. Got Slaughter on the outside directing traffic, and the Militia are really showing that maybe Triple H underestimated this trio, as Mustafa just drops Triple H with that back suplex. Running DDT buys the game some time, and he brings back the gigantic Big Show. Steps right in, and this is not good news for Mustafa. Clubbing blow to the chest. And there's that massive leg. Cover now, and Slaughter's there to distract the referee. Come on, ref. Oh, well, I don't think there's anything Slaughter can do now. Mustafa just ate the devastating knockout punch from the Big Show, but he's able to kick him off there, but I think that's only going to anger the Big Show, who brings the King of Kings, the Game, Triple H, back into the ring with the tag. And a nice snap suplex takes Triple H over. How embarrassed would Triple H be to lose to the Militia, his hand-picked opponents for this tag team match. This, of course, non-title tag team match. And over the next few weeks, we are going to find out who will face Triple H and Big Show at WrestleMania for the tag titles. We have a special 6-team tag team tournament. Oh, cover there. And Slaughter again. Slaughter pushing his luck. This referee is not going to take too much more of this. As Triple H mounts Mustafa one more time. Drilling those knuckles into the side of the head. And there's the classic, the signature Triple H Spinebuster. Shades of Arn Anderson, and he's looking to put Mustafa away with the pedigree. Waits for him to get to his feet. And there we go, the underhook. The underhook. And the pedigree busts Mustafa wide open. And Slaughter's already up in the apron. Referee didn't give it a chance to go for the pin. And this is going to be it, I believe. I think Slaughter is out of here. Absolutely out of here. Yep. The Sarge heading to the back. He's caused his last distraction. And now it's all in the authorities' court. 3-2 out here. Even though technically Seth Rollins is an illegal man, that would never stop him from sticking his nose in the authorities' business if it meant that they get the win. And Triple H truly ruling with an iron fist here. Punch after punch to the face of General Adnan. Already busted open Mustafa with the pedigree. Sends Adnan in over to the authority corner, and this could be the beginning of the end. Oh my goodness, did you see that clothesline by Triple H? And I think he's going to let the big man put the finishing touches on General Adnan here. Adnan trying everything he's got, but he gets STO'd by the Big Show. And oh my goodness, look at this Big Show just torturing Adnan. Knew he was close to the ropes, but just wanted to show him that he could break him at any time if he really wanted to. But Adnan out of nowhere with the running DDT. Has he bought himself some time here? Oh, he should have made the tag out to Mustafa, but look at that. Just gets him over for that gut-wrench suplex. Covered by General Adnan, but Big Show's foot way in the ropes. General Adnan grabbing at straws at the end of this one. Kicking the gut by Big Show. And Big Show scoops Adnan up. All the way up over his head, gorilla press, and drops him face first with the slam. And Colonel Mustafa already making a beeline. Ooh, and he just makes it in the nick of time. And look at this. This is the signature of the Militia. The camel clutch. Can the Big Show hold on here? Triple H not looking too concerned. He should be in there trying to save his partner. But the Big Show holds on. Triple H's confidence pays off. Huge shoulder block by Big Show. And there's that massive leg, comes crashing down like a tree one more time across the chest of General Adnan. And Mustafa's running on empty there. You can see he can barely make it to the pin in time. And oh my goodness, that is absolutely it. It is over. 1, 2, oh my god. General Adnan thrown into the air and knockout punched on the way down. And he has everything to give to Colonel Mustafa for the fact that this match is still continuing. Because there's no way he would have answered that 3 count. He can barely get to his feet. As Triple H clubs Adnan. I guess he's going to show Big Show how to put the finishing touches on this one. But General Adnan finds a chance to reverse. And he tags in the Colonel. Mustafa comes in. Snap suplex to Triple H. And the King of Kings with a rake to the eyes. And puts that big right hand to use. Look at that, just insulting. Knows he's right in the Militia corner. But that's not going to stop Triple H from going for the pin. Just to insult his opponents. And there's the spine buster to Mustafa. And again, he knows General Adnan can easily get in the ring and break up the pin, but Triple H likes to exert that power, likes to show his force in the WWE. But it might come back to cost them. Will Triple H's overconfidence cost him here against hand-picked opponents he thought he was just going to run right through? Back suplex by Mustafa. And that's it. Triple H has, oh my goodness, Triple H has embarrassed himself. He didn't finish off the Militia when he had the chance, and it's come back to bite him right in the ass. Let's take a look at the highlights here. You see Big Show with that devastating knockout punch. Should have been it. But luckily for Colonel Mustafa, his hand was under the ropes. And then we see there Triple H playing around. Hit the spinebuster right in Militia corner. Knew they were going to break it up. But he insisted. And then he gets caught with the suplex. Lands right on the back of his head. You can see pain shooting through the back. And Big Show doesn't realize that that was enough to put the game away, and Triple H has got to be furious that he allowed himself to be beat by his hand-picked opponents. Men he thought he was going to walk right over have put him down for the 1, 2, 3. And this moves the Militia up the list, but unfortunately I don't think it moves them all the way up the list enough to get a tag title shot, as we have already set up a 6-team tournament. But they're going to have some serious... They're going to have a serious argument for a tag title match for after WrestleMania. The Militia victorious here in our opening contest. And here we go with match 1 of our Tag Team Contenders Tournament. The Usos going heads up against the Mega Powers. And the Uso brothers, Jimmy and Jay, won a best-of-5 series over the Hit Squad, Adrian Neville and Justin Gabriel, and they have earned their way into this 16 tag team tournament. This is one elimination and you're gone, so either the Usos or the Mega Powers will move on tonight. And the Mega Powers reunited a month ago at the Royal Rumble after the Wyatt family had put several beatdowns on the Macho Man Randy Savage. Well, they've been on a winning streak ever since, and they've earned their way into this contest with a huge victory over the Wyatt family. Now the winner of this match will face the winner of the Wyatts versus the Grapplers, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. And from there, those two teams will meet. And the winner of that match will face the Primetime Players or the Chick Magnets, whoever wins the best of 3 series. So unique set of circumstances for this tournament with only 6 teams instead of 8. But with clear-cut contenders that we have, I figured it was the best route for this type of tournament to go, especially so close to WrestleMania. And look at Usos starting off with a kick right to the gut. But Macho Man's got a reversal up his sleeve. Both these teams highly successful as of late. It's going to be very hard for either team to hold an advantage over the other. We have the legends in Macho Man and Hulk Hogan versus men crafting their own legacy with the Usos. And Jimmy Uso taken down by the Macho Man crossbody, and Macho tries to hold him there, but Jimmy too fast, right back up to his feet, and hits the DDT on the Macho Man. Beautiful spinning forearm there, takes down the Macho Man Randy Savage. And it looks like the Usos are starting to pull away a little early on here. And the Macho Man takes Jimmy Uso down with a nice body slam there, and follows it up with the elbow. Macho Man and Hogan are going to try to have to contain the Usos between their high-flying abilities and those devastating kicks they love to throw. They're very unpredictable in the ring. Not that the Macho Man isn't, of course. Oh my goodness, and there you see exactly what I was talking about. That Uso super kick can come out of nowhere. But only gets a 1 count on the Macho Man a little early on to put him down. And that's the part that Usos are going to have to watch out for. Hogan and Macho Man are extremely durable. You might get a lot of offense on them, but it's going to take a lot of offense to keep them down for the 1, 2, 3. And look at this, not wasting any time. Heeding my advice. Already going for that Jimmy Snuka splash as Jey Uso comes crashing down on the chest of the Macho Man. And the Hulkster already in. Breaks up the pin. Hulkster had a hell of a year last year, putting away Stone Cold Steve Austin inside Hell in a Cell. Took some time off after that, and waited for the call, and the Macho Man sent it in his feud against the Wyatts. But look at that, Jey Uso takes Hulk Hogan up and down with the Samoan drop. That's a big dude to carry on your shoulders. And Hogan with that classic body slam puts Jey Uso right down on the mat, and then rains down gigantic right-handed fist. And now a tremendous elbow, and the Hulkster is rolling here on Raw. And again, huge body slam by Hogan. And look at that double face buster to the Hulkster, center of the ring. And now Jimmy Uso going to try to make the Hulkster submit. Got the arm wrapped and the chin lock applied. But he can't hold it. The Hulkster's just too big and bad at the moment. Hogan avoids the elbow. And Jimmy turns the sidewalk slam into the DDT. And the Hulkster's in trouble here. Jimmy Uso back in. Jay doing a tremendous job of putting Hogan down before making the tag. And there's that Uso super kick right to the gut, trying to take the air out of the Hulkster's sails. Oh my God, Hogan with that cannon-like clothesline. Hulkster's been using a devastating running clothesline of late to go along with his running leg drop. So Hulkster busting out 2 devastating finishers lately. Oh, and there's a nice submission hold, got the knee in the back, pulling back on Jimmy Uso's arms. Can Jimmy Uso hold on here? Oh my goodness, the Hulkster's head just popped up like a Rock'em Sock'em robot off that super kick. But he only gets a 2 count as the Macho Man makes the save just in the nick of time. Hogan with the kick to the gut, but answered with the Uso headbutt. And Uso brings the Hulkster back in with that vertical suplex, but it looks like that might have angered Hulk. Uh-oh. We've all seen this before. The Hulkster is hulking up. Jimmy Uso trying to do everything he can. And he's able to stop Hogan right in his tracks. And my goodness, he almost got the win with that right hand. Hulkster might have got too fired up there. But he still finds a way to reverse Jimmy Uso. And Hulk's gotta tag out to the Macho Man. Maybe the Macho Man can unleash that flying elbow and turn things around for the Mega Powers, but it's too late. Jey Uso is in, and he's all fired up. Uppercut to the Macho Man. Elbow shot knocks Hogan right off the ring apron. And is this the Usos' time to shine? No, Macho Man blocks the suplex. And drives a short elbow into the chin. And look at this, Macho Man taking it directly to the Usos. Devastating pile driver, compresses the neck. Into the cover here. Will this be enough? No. Jimmy Uso able to break it up and save Jay after the pile driver. Knocks Jay into the ropes. Jay elevates the Macho Man, but Macho Man holds on. And Macho Man able to step right back in the ring. Jay's still a little dazed there. And beautiful vertical suplex. Macho Man floats into the pin. Broken up by Jimmy Uso, goes for the pin again. Macho Man determined to put Jimmy Uso away. And you can see how exhausted these 2 men are, swinging wildly for grapples and punches and kicks. Oh, and speaking of kicks, there's that signature Uso kick, and I think that's been the trademark of this match. Every time the Usos are in trouble, they pull that kick right out of their back pocket. But it still wasn't enough to put the Macho Man away, not just yet. Side Russian leg sweep by the Hulkster. And Jey Uso is down on the mat. And the Hulkster is calling for it. Hits the ropes. Hulkamania leg drop devastates Jey Uso. Hook of the leg here. 1. Oh, and Jimmy Uso breaks it up, makes the save. And the Mega Powers might have just lost their only chance for winning this match against the Young Lions, the Usos. But look at this. Macho Man is all fired up now. Big right hand takes down Jey Uso. Flying forearm to Jimmy. But Jey elbows Macho Man in the ribs. tries to go after Hogan. Into the Mega Power corner. And can the Mega Powers wrap this up once and for all here? Double flapjack. Cover by Hogan. Referee extremely slow for the pin. What a robbery. Whoa, and a mid-ring collision by Jay and the Hulkster. And oh my goodness, look at this. The Hulkster going to the torture rack. Can Jimmy Uso make it in time? And he does. He saves Jay from having to submit to the Hulkster's torture rack. And now Hogan busted wide open from a Jey Uso DDT. What a tremendous matchup this would have been. What a way to kick off the Tag Team Contenders Tournament. And uh-oh, is this it? The final nail in Hulkamania? Jey Uso with the slam. Jimmy up top. Superfly splash. Covered by Jimmy. One. Oh, and the Macho Man makes it. What is it going to take for one of these teams to put the other way? We knew it was going to be tough. I don't think we knew it was going to be quite this tough. Alright, they turn up the strategy. They flip Hogan center of the ring. Jimmy Uso with the elevation. And Jey Uso with the Samoan drop. And I think this might be it for the Hulkster. Cover. Uh-oh, and this time gets to 2 before the Macho Man breaks up the pin. The Hulkster is fading. And fading fast here. And another cover on the Hulkster, but the Macho Man, way on top of his game, makes it there well before the 3 count. Hulkster bleeding and busted up pretty bad here. Reverses the Irish Whip, hits a big shot to the gut, and another, and this time to the face. And a huge hip toss. You cannot underestimate the strength of Hulk Hogan. And there it is. There's that running lariat. And will that be enough to get the Mega Powers on to the next round? No. Jey Uso breaks up the pin just, and I mean just, in the nick of time. And look at that. Hogan made the mistake of running in, and he got caught with the Samoan drop. And can Jimmy Uso put this away here? No, the Macho Man, my goodness. Putting in a lot of work saving Hulk Hogan's behind in this one this evening. Blocked by Jimmy, forearm to the face. Hulkster back in Uso territory. And they're going to go for it one more time. Jimmy with the piece of toss, and Jay with the Samoan drop. And the cover now. And oh my goodness, I was waiting on the ref's call because Macho Man came down just as the 3 was coming down, and I'm not sure if the Macho Man had made it, but he did just in time. And look at this, Hogan goes right back to submission. Does Jay have enough time? No. Jay taps out before Jimmy can make it in, and the Mega Powers move on to round 2 of the Tag Contendership Tournament. Let's take a look at how it went down here. The Usos put an absolute beating down on Hulk Hogan towards the end of this match. Look at that super kick, and Hogan can barely stay on his feet as he comes crumbling down. But the Macho Man was able to make the save. Then the same thing for Macho. He got his bell rocked on several occasions from that Uso super kick, as well as the top rope splash. But the Hulkster made the save that time. And there you see Macho saving the Hulkster's behind one of many times towards the end here. But the Hulkster made it all worth it. Hits that swinging neck breaker. Jey Uso's neck already messed up from the beatings he's already taken. And as Jimmy Uso comes in, it's too late. And you see there, Jey Uso has to give up. What a win for the Mega Powers. They'll be facing the winners of the Wyatts versus the Grapplers. And if I was Triple H and Big Show, this is a hell of a bad sign. They already, their own cockiness already cost them a match versus a very low-ranking team. And now, they got 2 legends like Hogan and Macho Man moving on in the Tag Team Tournament. Show and Triple H, hold those belts tight, because it could be all over at WrestleMania. The brand new hardcore champion, Batista, was victorious at the Elimination Chamber. And we got some business to clean up in the hardcore division. And we're going to do it in this triple threat match. The Animal Batista was victorious in the chamber, doing it the right way. It came down to Batista, and at the time the hardcore champion CM Punk, and Batista put Punk down in the middle of the ring with the Batista Bomb to become the brand new hardcore champion. Well, tonight, he's got to give CM Punk his title rematch, as well as the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who was robbed out of a title shot last week here on Raw when the referee made the wrong call in a tables match against the Ultimate Warrior. The Nature Boy, the newest member of the faction known as the Living Legends, Ric Flair, Chris Jericho, and Booker T, collectively. And last week, Ric Flair took on the Ultimate Warrior in a tables match for the 5th spot in the Hardcore Chamber match. Well, Ric Flair hit a single leg takedown on the Ultimate Warrior that put him crashing through the table. But the referees called it in favor of the Warrior, and the Nature Boy was screwed. So tonight, the Nature Boy has more than earned his shot at the Hardcore Championship, and he's got to face his former Evolution teammate, Batista, to take the gold. And CM Punk, of course, is the former Hardcore Champion, losing the title this past Saturday inside the chamber, but he has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. He went in there, eliminated 2 of his opponents in that match before finally taking a vicious Batista Bomb and losing the championship to the Animal. Can Punk fight back and claim the championship? There is WrestleMania implications in this match, and we'll get into that when we get to the opening bell. And that broken mess is the prize. Former champ Punk wants it back, Batista wants to keep it, and the Nature Boy wants to reign supreme. A huge match has been announced for WrestleMania this year, known as the Championship Showcase. The 4 middle champions, United States, Intercontinental, Hardcore, and European champions will face off in a fatal 4-way match to determine who is truly the champion of champions. Now, this is a non-title contest, but the point is to show which champion is most dominant from the middle bracket of champions. And whoever wins this match is the first to qualify in the Championship Showcase Fatal 4-Way. So who will represent as Hardcore Champion at WrestleMania? Will it be the Animal, CM Punk, or the Nature Boy Ric Flair? Right now, it's an Evolution reunion as we see the double Russian leg sweep on CM Punk. Batista went for the boss man slam there, but got caught off guard by the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Of course, Batista knows Flair isn't going to stay on his side for the whole match. He wouldn't be the dirtiest player in the game otherwise. And Batista would have it no other way. Flair grabs a hold of Punk, but Punk wants nothing to do with it. Irish whip by Flair, right into that classic knife edge chop. And Flair choking away at CM Punk. The referee doesn't care because this is the Hardcore Championship Extreme Rules Triple Threat match. The only thing that counts in this match is pinfall or submission. Oh, Batista sent over the top and brought right back in by the Nature Boy. And Flair now grabs a hold of Punk. Vertical suplex brings the former champ down. And covered by Flair here. And Batista wastes no time breaking that out. And Flair goes right on the attack on Batista. And Punk takes advantage with the fallen reverse DDT into the backbreaker. And Batista, the first one, going to look for some weapons of destruction out of the ring. He's got Sting's baseball bat, and he smashes Ric Flair right in the spine with it. Batista, of course, had a brief run with the United States title earlier this year, and now he's picked up the Hardcore Championship. And look at those two team up, Flair and Punk, putting the chops to Batista. And the Animal knocks Punk to the floor. Not sure what he wants to do with it, though. He saw the Nature Boy was on the horizon, and Ric Flair takes both opponents down with a running clothesline. Gut-wrench suplex drops Batista on the floor. And Punk attacks Flair from the back. And Flair answers with the running DDT. And the Animal delivers more punishment to Punk with that belly-to-belly suplex. And Flair's now taking that clothesline to Batista. And Punk sends Flair flying into the barricade. Snapmare and a kick right in the spine puts the Nature Boy down. Punk would love to regain that title and move on to the Champion Showcase at WrestleMania. Can he put one of these two Evolution members away and get the job done? Not if the Animal has anything to say about it. Shoots Punk in, right back into the ring. And he's looking to defeat the champion one more time and show everybody that he is truly the Hardcore Champion. Flair scoops up Batista, shoulder breaker, center of the ring. That's going to take some of that power away from the Animal. Northern Lights by Punk, cover one. Oh, and he gets a 1 count. Flair able to get the shoulder up. Batista now into the pin, and Punk's all over it. Kick in the gut by the Animal. Oh no. What is this? He's got Flair up. Batista bomb right in front of the former champion. And Punk's going to try to steal the pin here. And Batista says, get the hell out of here. You're not taking my pin. And taking back the Hardcore Championship. Punk into the corner. Batista with the shoulder. My goodness, that could be broken ribs for Punk. Kick to the leg of Flair. What does the Animal have in mind? Grabs Flair's spine buster on the baseball bat. Oh my goodness, Flair's got to be devastated. Backbreaker to Punk puts the former champ on the floor. Batista turned his attention back to Flair. Snapmare center of the ring. Boot to the face of the Nature Boy. And the Animal is in control of both opponents here. That's why he's one of the most amazing superstars of all time. But all three of these men we got three of the top people in WWE history here. One of the longest reigning champions in CM Punk. One of the most devastating champions in Batista. And one of the most prolific champions in the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. All competing for the Hardcore Championship and a chance to represent in the Championship Showcase at WrestleMania. Victory roll by Flair. And saved by Batista. The Animal does not want to have a one-day title reign here. Multiple right-handed shots to the face of Ric Flair. CM Punk tries to gain some composure. But the Animal reverses Punk's attack. And Punk has a big knee for the ribcage of Batista. Suplex takes the Animal over, and the Hardcore Champ not looking too good at this point in time. Oh no, and Flair's got the bat now. Swinging it wildly. He's a crazy man. He clobbers Batista. And Batista fires back with a big left hand. Tries to spinebuster Punk, but Punk gives him the huge DDT, and Flair chop blocks CM Punk. Punk is down and out. Now is the time for Flair or Batista to put this one away. And Flair's going to work on the leg. Gotta be setting up Batista for the figure 4 leg lock. Cover by Flair. broken up by Punk. Shoulder breaker this time for CM Punk. And the Chicago Savior fights his way back to his feet with the big right hand to Batista. Irish whip to Batista, but he didn't spend too much time in that corner. Poke to the eyes, and the low blow for Flair. And now is the time. Can the Animal or Flair put each other away for the title? And Batista breaks up the pin, not going to let the Nature Boy take the Hardcore Championship. Big right hand to Batista. Scoops up Punk. Kick in the gut. And oh, the Animal's going for it one more time. Elevates Flair. 2 Batista bombs for the Nature Boy. My goodness, how much can Flair take? Shoots the Animal in the corner. Trademark knee. And then the short arm clothesline. Covered by Punk. And Flair breaks it up. What a battle to be Hardcore Champion. There's that suplex that took out Triple H earlier on. Covered by Flair. And of course Batista's not going to let it slide. And Punk and Batista now team up. Double gutbuster to Flair. And oh my goodness, Flair could have shattered ribs. Flair reverses Punk though. Kicks him right in the leg. And the Animal clobbers Punk to the mat. Those old Evolution ties die hard. And oh no, the Batista bite. He put Seth Rollins away several times with this submission hold during their feud. And that's it. That's it. CM Punk taps out to Batista. And Batista goes on to represent the Hardcore Championship at WrestleMania. Let's take a look at the highlights here. You see the Animal going for the pin on Flair. CM Punk makes the save. Flair tried to chop the legs out from the big Animal Batista. But CM Punk was right there, not going to let that go down. And then we see here the second Batista bomb, absolutely devastating the Nature Boy. Put him down, slowed him down that much more, so Batista could lock in the Batista bite on CM Punk. See Punk there, tosses Batista in the corner, smashes him with that knee, hooks the arm, and brings him down with the short arm clothesline. And that could have very much been it there, but CM Punk taps out to the Batista bite, and the Animal retains the Hardcore Championship. Congratulations to Batista. You were the first champion to qualify for the Championship Showcase. Now next week right here on Raw, Seth Rollins will defend the United States Championship against Goldust, and whoever wins that match will be the United States Champion in the Championship Showcase at WrestleMania. And from there, that'll leave the European and Intercontinental Championships to be defended. And we will know the top 4 champions for this match very, very soon. AJ Lee and Nikki Bella are on a collision course for the Divas Championship at WrestleMania. AJ took the title from Nikki in the fall, and Nikki's worked her way back up the ranks to compete for the title once again at WrestleMania. And a big congratulations to AJ Lee. She overcame Paige in a tremendously hard-fought contest at Elimination Chamber. We had seen that Paige had struggled over the weeks to do anything, to get any sort of victory over AJ. But at Elimination Chamber, she brought the pain and one of the most competitive Divas Championship matches we've ever seen. But at the end of the day, AJ Lee came out on top and defeated Paige. And now she moves on to number 1 contender Nikki Bella on the grand stage of WrestleMania. When Nikki Bella lost the Divas Championship to AJ last October, many thought she would never make her way back to the top of the pile. But not only did she overcome a bad breakup with her sister, but she also worked her way back up the ranks, winning a tournament-style situation to become the number 1 contender, defeating Naomi in a TLC match last week on Main Event to secure her place at WrestleMania. Now, she collides with AJ Lee on the grand stage when they go one-on-one for the Divas Championship at WrestleMania. Can she overcome her loss at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view last year? Or will she fall once again to the Black Widow? And these two lovely ladies lock up center of the ring. And trading wrist locks here early on. Nikki, of course, loves to bring more of a power game and some surprising kicks. Of course, with her soccer background, it's not that surprising, but she's very athletic with her kicks, and AJ's going to have to keep an eye out for that. Now, of course, AJ, no stranger to throwing some pretty hard kicks herself, as well as tremendous suplexes and an awesome submission game. Nice waist lock here by Nikki. AJ finds a way out with the snapmare into the rear chin lock. But Nikki a little too strong early on here. Arm drags AJ over. Puts on a headlock, but lets her out of it quickly. Wants to move on to something a little more productive. And look at that. Jumping leg lariat takes Nikki Bella right down to the mat. Nikki avoids the clubbing blow, but gets caught with the backbreaker, neckbreaker combination. One of AJ's favorites. AJ hooks up Nikki and swings her with the inside neckbreaker. And then snaps off a hurricanrana. Now, those hurricanranas were absolutely essential to AJ's victory over Paige this past Saturday at the Elimination Chamber. But taking DDTs from Nikki Bella will not be essential to her future health or Divas Championship reign. And look at that, AJ faked out Nikki, went for the neck backbreaker from earlier, but mixed it up with the side Russian leg sweep, keeping her opponent off guard. And look at this, AJ, the sliced bread DDT. Will that be enough here? Oh, one of AJ's favorite maneuvers wasn't enough to put Nikki away there. Also known as the acai DDT, that sliced bread DDT is absolutely devastating. AJ goes for the step-up enziguri, reversed by Nikki, and she brings all her weight crashing down on the spine of AJ. Now, of course, Nikki Bella loves to use that rack attack, the torture rack into the kneel-down backbreaker. And she's been very successful against AJ in the past, so this could be bad news for the Divas Champion. AJ snaps off a hurricanrana that time, goes right into the pin. Ooh, and Nikki Bella just kicks out. Big right forearm knocks Nikki Bella into the ropes. And another one knocks her out of it. And a third one puts her back in, and Nikki Bella's had enough of that, dumps AJ to the outside. Now look at this, AJ doesn't want to be out there with all the dangerous steel posts and steps. Throws Nikki Bella right back in. And look at this, AJ, shining wizard, that running knee right to the temple. Knocks Nikki Bella down and out for the cover, the count, and the victory for the Divas Champion. And look at that. At one time, AJ struggled with defeating the Bellas, and now she's put Nikki Bella down on the road to WrestleMania. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. That sliced bread DDT, usually AJ's pet finisher, but Nikki Bella survived. AJ had to go back to the drawing board and pull out one of her other devastating finishers. You see Nikki Bella just hanging on until that knee crashed right into her temple, and that was it. AJ had put Nikki away for the victory here on Raw. And what does this do for the morale of Nikki Bella, especially seeing what happened with Paige over the last month, where Paige was absolutely dominated by AJ? Is Nikki the next on the list? Or will she eventually turn things around and take the belt from the Black Widow, AJ Lee? We'll have to find out in the upcoming weeks. And now it's time for our main event. Can Triple H redeem himself from his self-imposed embarrassment earlier on tonight when he lost to the Militia? Maybe he learned his lesson in cockiness and will take Y2J Chris Jericho, 2016 Royal Rumble winner, a little more seriously than he did General Adnan and Colonel Mustafa. Chris Jericho steps into the main event of WrestleMania to face The Undertaker for the WWE Championship. Now, both men had a very disappointing Elimination Chamber as Jericho came up short in the last man standing match against the man he eliminated last in the Rumble, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Can Jericho get back on track? Can he pull out of the breakdown lane and drive on through the road to WrestleMania with his head held high? Or will he fall to the boss, the King of Kings, right here on Raw? Triple H earlier tonight, one half of the new tag team champions, of course, with the Big Show, thought he could just handpick a team like the Militia and run right through them to open the show. Well, between him and Big Show's cockiness, Triple H ended up getting pinned by Colonel Mustafa after a devastating belly-to-back suplex. And in a match where he thought he might elevate himself back up the WWE Championship ranks, he finds himself trying to save face and get a victory here tonight on Raw. And look at this, the WWE Champion, The Undertaker, is making his way to ringside to watch this amazing main event contest. Now, of course, The Undertaker came up short in a non-title match against John Cena at the Elimination Chamber. Cena had lost the title to The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble and knew he would have to wait till after WrestleMania to face whoever the champion may be. But he wanted, for the sake of pride, to challenge The Undertaker one-on-one to a match to prove that he could hang with the dead man. And he proved it, as he defeated The Undertaker 1-2-3 in the center of the ring after a tombstone. That's right, John Cena tombstoned The Undertaker and immediately followed up with an attitude adjustment, and the dead man could not answer the count. So I'm sure those two will collide once again after WrestleMania. But right now, both men focused on the other. Undertaker at ringside, keeping an eye on his WrestleMania opponent, Y2J. And I'm sure Jericho's got a 25% look out of the corner of his eye to make sure The Undertaker doesn't step in. Jericho grabs a nasty side headlock on the game, trying to squeeze those temples. And look at that devastating right hand right into the eye. Triple H already took a lot of damage earlier on in that tag match. You know, sometimes the Authority, you'd think with all the power they have, it would be enough. But he's still, even as one half of the tag team champions, still obsessed with once again being the WWE champion. Classic fine forearm by Chris Jericho knocks the game down. Y2J hooks up Triple H. And look at that slight stall into the vertical suplex. And Jericho body slams Triple H. Tremendous maneuver there, showing why he is not only the Royal Rumble winner, but more than deserving of a chance to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Going to work on the arm of Triple H, trying to take away that spine buster and pedigree maneuvers. Pretty hard to hook those in when you got a broken arm. Belly to belly by Jericho sent the game flying. But Triple H with that spinning neck breaker takes Jericho right down to that back and forth action between these two legends. Jericho, pendulum backbreaker, bakes Triple H right in two. And look at this, Jericho not wasting any time right after the backbreaker, going right into the walls of Jericho here. Trying to focus on all that damage Triple H took earlier in the tag team match. Can Triple H hold on, or will he submit to the walls of Jericho? And Jericho lets him out of it. He must have felt that Triple H was a little too recovered from earlier in the night. But no, Jericho going right in for the pin now, and doesn't even get a 1 count. Well, I'm sure that helped Jericho make his decision of letting go of that Walls of Jericho early. Triple H obviously a little too powered up even after that loss earlier on tonight. And oh my goodness, there's Triple H's signature spinebuster. Is that enough to keep Jericho down? No, Y2J kicks out. But now Y2J got to keep an eye on that pedigree. Gets the reversal on Triple H, pulls him center of the ring here. and puts a boot right between the shoulder blades of Triple H. Uh-oh. And Jericho several steps back here. Is he going to break the code? Oh, he jumped a little too early. But he catches Triple H with it anyway. Code breaker, knee to the skull. Will that be enough to put the game away here? And it is. Oh my God, Triple H has embarrassed himself with his doubleheader here tonight. And Y2J Chris Jericho picks up the huge victory in the main event of Raw. Triple H spreads himself too thin, using all that bravado in the completely wrong way. After winning the tag titles this past Friday on SmackDown and a successful pay-per-view this past Saturday, he should have just enjoyed those spoils, but tried to shoot himself up the ranks versus the Royal Rumble winner, and he got beat with the code breaker. And look at Jericho shoving this right in the face of the dead man, The Undertaker, showing that this is what's going to happen to you, dead man. At WrestleMania, I reign supreme as the new WWE Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm PWS Phil. Please follow me on Twitter. Look me up on YouTube at Philip Kelly. And we will be back this Wednesday with WWE Main Event. And on Friday, we'll have WWE SmackDown. Plus, more Batman Arkham Knight with the 1989 DLC pack. It's a hell of a week. Thanks for